MAFS 2023 Reunion Live Updates. The couples come face to face with the experts for the final time. The Married at First Sight reunion is officially over. There were some explosive moments that came throughout the evening, including Taylor claiming she hasn't explored anything with Cameron yet, a damning unseen video about the butt dial scandal, and some exciting revelations for some couples. Read below to see all the biggest moments as they happen live. Claire and Jesse's big news. And we're back. The experts are calling on Adam to see if he has anything to say to Jesse about the cheating scandal, and he's being very lovely. Sorry about the whole thing. He says, the fact of the matter is, I did you wrong, did you, dirty? Same with Janelle. I really understand it all now, and it's definitely hit home. Wow. I wasn't expecting such elegance from Adam in his leopard print shirt. When asked if he accepts the apology, Jesse says, I do. Jesse says he won't let what happened hang over his head, and wishes Adam the best, but says they'll never be the best of pals. Fair. Jesse concludes by saying he thought coming onto this I was a good guy, but now I feel like I'm an even better guy. Iconic words. Claire reiterates that she's infinitely sorry for what happened, and the giddy pair look like they have some news to share. When asked if he has any parting words for Claire, Jesse says, no I don't, because she's coming to Perth. Jesse, who is of course himself from Perth, adds, my parting words are now, see you in Perth. Wah. A happy ending after all, and they're holding hands to boot. And with that comes the end of Married at First Sight 2023. What an absolute roller coaster ride it's been. Claire and Jesse head to the couch. The final couple to face the experts tonight it's Claire and Jesse. Claire and Jesse, or Kless as I like to call them, had a mad time in the experiment. She cheated with Adam behind his back, lied and then admitted it, we know the drill. But Jesse is sitting down with a twinkle in his eye. I think I could have thought a bit more before speaking. I'm not perfect either, he tells the experts while reflecting on his marriage. I know I upset Claire a couple of times. I had this silly mindset coming in when I look back, all these frickin' standards. How's anyone supposed to get through that? Who could forget Jesse's ick list, one with such detail it will go down in MAFS history. They're now watching a video of their imploding marriage, and Jesse's little face is devastating to watch. Everyone wants to hug him, myself included. Claire is equally as shocked looking back, and says, I feel really disgusted in myself and embarrassed by my behavior, by lying, by gaslighting Jesse and telling him he had nothing to worry about when I knew that he did. It's pretty st. Now, the experts are calling on Adam to have his say on the whole kissing Claire fiasco. Strap in, Adam is not known for mincing his words. It's time for an ad break and a Prosecco. Alyssa and Duncan are up next on the couch. Next to face the experts it's Alyssa and Duncan. If you recall, last night Alyssa was absolutely raging at Duncan for dumping her at Final Vows. Take off the mask, she screamed, despite him being nothing but open and honest about his feelings. Tonight, Alyssa is looking a little less raging and a little more calm. But Duncan doesn't have the same sort of vibe. I still think there were some things said last night about my character, and not about the relationship which I don't think were fair, he explains. Alyssa is, surprisingly, still calm. I thought we might be going in for round 4-5-3-4-2 of Duncan v Alyssa, but it seems like she might be waving the white flag. And whoa, the experts are now showing the couple their journey on MAFS so far. The other brides and grooms are cringing at the arguments, and everyone looks heartbroken as they watch Alyssa and Duncan break down in tears in the clip. It's not every day you watch a relationship crumble in front of your face, Alyssa says. She's admitting that sometimes, she shouldn't have just walked out mid-argument and sat and spoke about their issues. I do regret a lot of things, she says. Wow. This is a side we've not yet seen of Alyssa. After weeks of fighting, she finally says, I never wanted to hurt Duncan. I am really sorry. Duncan replies in his classic polite manner. I'm sorry that it didn't work out. I truly am, he says. We've broken up, but I still want to say that I think you're an amazing woman. You should hold yourself with the confidence you should have about yourself. Very suave, very sweet. Bravo, Hunky Duncan. Now that's what I like to call a happy ending. Although it's certainly not the one they wanted, at least it's amicable, right? Tayla's bombshell revelation shocks everyone. We're back in the aftermath of Tayla's shocking comment that she hasn't explored something with Cameron yet. I didn't mean to say that, she says, and Rupert points out, but you did. Shut up, Rupert, she snaps. I said that if Cam was in Tossa then, perhaps, but he's not. He's on the other side of Australia, which makes it really hard, so. I'd love to give Tayla a shovel so she could dig this hole a bit quicker. I think that's where it ends there, nail in the coffin, Cam says. But Lyndall says that there were lots of times she thought the pair were flirty, and now everything finally makes sense. Plain old always black and white Cam has just come out with this, I just obviously wasn't ready to be in a relationship. Alessandra says what we're all thinking, I wish we'd all known that before going down this road. Lyndall's had it. Peeved, she scathes, do better. Be better. Have some King integrity. He replies with a simple little quote that about sums up this segment. Rightio, gotcha. Up next on the couch it's Lyndall and Cameron. The moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. After Lyndall claimed last night that Cam had been allegedly sexting Tayla, I'm expecting absolute fireworks. The couple are looking back at their wedding video, and it's all sunshine and rainbows, but it seems as soon as Tayla entered the experiment, things went sour. Mel's now asking Cam, we're just is for the experiment, things went sour. Mel's now asking Cam what we're all gagging to know, what on earth is happening with Tayla and that sexting scandal. I got me D.K. out in a nightclub, he brazenly says. Even Claire pipes up with, that is disgusting. There's nothing going on there, it was a piss take after the final vows. I got naked in a nightclub while I was on FaceTime to Tayla, and one of the boys was holding it, he says. Oh, and he's talking about the phone too, by the way. He's adamant he's just mates with Tayla, and now Mel is about to grill her to get some answers. I really like Cam as a friend, Tayla says. We get along really, really well. There's not much to it. He's up in Darwin, I'm down in Tossie. It hasn't been explored, yet. Yet. That one little word has shook an entire nation. Tayla instantly realizes what she said, and backtracks, not that it is going to be explored. Oh no. Her head is in her hands. She can't believe it. Lyndall can't believe it. No one can believe it. Time for an ad break while I catch my breath. Melinda and Leighton are on the couch. Up next, we have Melinda and Leighton, our other happily ever after couple. They're watching a video of their awkward wedding day, which shows how Melinda wasn't the biggest fan of her husband when she first met him. He was trying to stick some tongue in there, Melinda says in the video of their first kiss, and everyone is howling. It's rank. It's brilliant. Leighton is about to jump off the sofa in shame. Mel and Leighton are really here to prove that sometimes a lack of attraction at the start doesn't always mean it won't spark into love. Whatever happens, I just want Leighton there. Hopefully 5 children, hopefully marriage. I just see him always with me, wherever we go, Melinda says. I need some tissues, stat. Dan gets grilled over the butt dial scandal. Okay, we're back on the couch with Sandy and Dan. Sandy looks fuming yet fabulous, and says what everyone is thinking to Dan amid his death stare, to Hugo. Stop looking at Hugo, I know what you're doing, she snaps. Stop intimidating him. I see it in your eyes, I know exactly what you do. You're doing it to me right now. Expert John goes in for the kill and asks Dan, did you say those things? Dan responds in the most Harrison way possible. I don't recall saying them. I don't remember word for word, he says. There's quite a bit of amnesia flying around this season. John points out that if he doesn't recall it happening, it suggests he absolutely could have said them. Dan replies, "Yep. Case closed." Even Claire has had enough of Dan, and shouts over to him, "You're a grown-arse 48-year-old man, act like it. Take some accountability." Sandy and Dan take to the couch. Next up it's Sandy and Dan. When I say the mood has changed, it's like a giant dark cloud has smothered itself above the couch as soon as they sit down. Let the drama commence. Sandy takes the first swipe and says Dan didn't come on the show with the right intentions. Dan, as usual, disagrees. Now we're taking a look back at that infamous but dial scandal, which was one of many reasons Dan and Sandy's marriage imploded. If you remember, Dan admitted to showing some of the groom's pictures of his exes during a boozy night out, but claimed he never said anything malicious about Sandy. Evelyn, who overheard the whole conversation via a pocket dial, claimed the opposite and said Dan was saying all sorts of hurtful things about his wife. The experts are showing a video depicting everything that happened during that time. But what's this? It's an unseen clip of Hugo. And I am gasping at how juicy it is. This whole thing is FK'd. I don't want to throw any of the boys under the bus, Hugo tells a producer. You had Dan being like, I can't stand her, but we just say yes, to try and make it to the end. She is the last person that I'd be attracted to, she's 100% not my type. Dude, all that kind of stuff. This is bombshell information. Hugo has just admitted that Dan was saying all these horrible things, and then some. How's he going to get out of this? Dan is just staring at Hugo. Not a regular stare, a deep, haunting, you're now my arch nemesis kind of stare. Thank God for the ad break, I think we all need a breather after that. Tawny and Ollie's big news. First up on the couch is Tawny and Ollie, our resident lovebirds. They're so cute I actually can't cope, and it looks like they have some more big news to share. After that final vows, we did say we love each other, Ollie says, while Tawny giggles, we're in love. So are we. Ollie adds that he's going to be moving to Sydney from Perth, and the experts are grinning as much as I am. It's daunting as hell, but there's a part of me in Sydney now, and that's Tawny, Ollie says. Nah, I can't. They're too adorable. Everyone arrives to the reunion. Here we go. The doors are opening, and our brides and grooms are strutting in to face the experts for the final time. And, Jesse looks giddy as he sits next to Claire. Tawny and Ollie walk in like they've been married for 55 years, and Sandy and Dan look like they'd rather be anywhere else. Standard. We're just about to watch a compilation video of the whole season with everyone, this should be interesting. Do you have a copy of the wedding vows? I was just about to ST myself then, so that's great, Josh says during his nuptials to Melissa, and everyone rolls around laughing. I'm now howling. They've showed the iconic moment Taylor tells Hugo she has a goat with the same name as him, the first words she ever spoke to him. I wonder why their marriage didn't last. Janelle looks horrified as she watches herself giggling hysterically while walking down the aisle to her cheating groom Adam. Meanwhile, Bronte's rolling her eyes as the sight of Harrison gushing over her on her wedding day. Absolutely hilarious. It's emotional, it's cute, it's heartwarming. Any bet this warm feeling won't last for long. Please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.